Hello, in this video I will show you about the measure log and the characterization review comments that can be in it. While a measure is being developed, you can have comments on the different areas of the definition of the measure. To insert a comment, you just highlight the area that you want to comment about, just select it. Note that the text that you select will become sort of the title of the comment, which we can look at later. And then post a comment appears. So I can click on post a comment. I can enter my comment. I can again do attachments if I'd like and set the visibility. I'm going to post the comment. So now that comment shows up here on the side. You can see that that text that was originally selected has now become the title for this comment. It will also show up with an indicator in the table of contents. This new one that I put won't show up here until I refresh the page. But you can see other ones have comments. So if I click on that section link, I can see that there's a comment there. One other note about measure characterization comments is that when you are creating one, when you select the text and then post the comment, the text that you have selected will be part of the comment. So let's just write that and say post comment, and then let's look at the actual comment that gets created from that. So I'm going to click on details, and you see here it says comment left on the measure in reference to section 110.1. So that's the text that was highlighted, but that might not be enough context to give people a sense of what you're doing. So just keep that in mind in your actual comments, that you might need to provide a bit more context as to what you're talking about, that it doesn't have any kind of pointers to what you selected. So if I go back here to the measure, and I look here, I don't have any sense that, that there's a comment on this particular value, or that this one is a comment on this particular value. So there's no indicators here. So just make sure that in your comments, you make it clear exactly what you're referencing, because they'll have no visual clues here. I can also, if I want to send someone a link to this comment, I can copy that link. It's just a regular HTTP link that a person can use to get to it. If you give the link to someone who is not on the system, they will not be able to get to that comment. It's only for people who have logged into the system and will be accessing it that way. Further, the link will only work if the person has a development role on that measure. If I want to make changes, I can click on the gear icon and mark this as resolved, or edit it, or delete it. I'm going to pick edit for now. And then click on edit entry, and that item has been edited. If I want to just see the details of it, I can click on details, and that just takes me to the same place. If I'd like to make a reply, I can click on post a reply and then put in a reply or a comment about their thing. I can also attach files as usual, and then click on Post Reply at the bottom to save that reply. If I want to make changes to that reply, I can go to Manage with the little gear icon in the upper right, and then I can save it, or if I want to delete it at this point, I can pick Delete. I'm going to pick Save, clicking on the Save button, and then my reply is there. Again, I can copy the link, or I can now reply to the reply. Click Post Reply to save that. And now there's a string of replies. Let's see what this looks like back from the main measure screen. So I'll click on the link to get back to the measure. I can see that there's the flag saying that there's a comment there. There's the comment. I can click on it. It says that there's 2 replies. If I'm the author of this characterization review comment, then I have the ability to change the status of it as well. I can click on the gear icon and I can mark as resolved, which means that it's done. It doesn't have to be thought about or dealt with anymore. So I'm just going to click on that. Gives me a confirmation to make sure that that's really what I want to do. I'll click yes, mark resolved. And then it will disappear from the screen here. If I want to get that back, if I didn't really mean to hit resolve or something new has come up and I need to bring it back up, in order to get back to that comment, I can go up to the measure log, click on the link, and then look for that review comment. Again, this is where a filter might come in handy, but I can see that it's right here, so I'll just click on that. And then over on this section, there's a link to mark unresolved, so I'll click on that. Yes, I'd like to mark it as unresolved. And then now, if I go back to the measure screen, I can see that the comment is back.